So, I wanted to ask you a very important question. One that came up this morning in light of the changing world that we have around us. What type of person makes demands of people? In general, not anything specific yet. Demands are often made by groups seeking power, in my opinion. Now, I can't really substantiate this per se, but I do believe that the only groups that I've ever heard demand anything are ones that are in trouble, ones that did something wrong and want out of their wrongs, or ones that think they have power so they're going to use it. Let's look at the movies, for example, because it's all over the movies. If you remember my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard, there is a certain somebody that makes a list of demands that wants prisoners released. They're political prisoners. These people are classified as terrorists and shit like that. They're making these list of demands as a distraction. And that distraction is because they're robbing the bank, pretty much. They're robbing promissory notes or some shit. I can't remember what. But they're committing theft. But they're making those demands with the belief that they have the power to do so. Because they have hostages. Who else makes demands? Terrorists make demands. We demand that America pulls out of the Middle East and stops meddling in our affairs, or some shit. I actually happen to agree that we shouldn't be over there doing anything either, but they make demands. Just like all other people that think they have power and want to use it, make demands. Who else makes demands? We demand an end to racial inequality. We demand the police disband immediately. We demand the mayor resign. We demand this teacher be fired. We demand. Why would they be demanding unless... Are they in duress? Are they stealing something and trying to get away with it? No, not really. Why are they making demands? My thought is they have the power, they have the tools and equipment, and now they're going to use them. Those that make demands of others do so with the idea that they have a power over that person. Let's get a little bit more personal. Have you ever had a boss that made demands of you? If you didn't do those things, you're fired. Anybody have a boss like that? I've had one or two that were just like that. You better do this shit or you're fired. There's an ultimatum given. Right? Didn't preface with me, I demand. It was you better or else. It's still a demand, is it not? Personally, I don't like being talked down to like that, so I find it rather insulting. Because then it makes me be in a position where I am a victim. I am weaker than said person. There's plenty of other people that have had that same situation, had they not? We demand this, we demand that, so they bend the knee and say, I'm sorry. We demand reparations. For what? For slavery. Oh, okay. That was, what, let's see, the Civil War, 200 years ago? 300 almost now? 1920, 1820? Yeah. You demand money because you're the descendants of slaves. How does that make sense? You can't make it on your own, therefore you want what we have. Well, guess what, jackass? You can demand all the shit you want from me. You ain't getting it. Fuck you. You know why? I've lived on the streets. I've dragged my ass up out of the gutter. I didn't have a drug problem, thankfully. I didn't have anything else holding me back, except for the rest of my family having a drug problem. So, I guess, a little similar. Great role models that I had. But still, even they made demands of me because they were my parents at the time. Well, one of them's dead now, the other one I don't talk to. But the demands were there as a child too, were they not? Parents make demands of their children because they believe that their children need to act and behave a certain way, and they want to make sure that they adjust to society. At least, if they had noble intentions, that's how they would act. But we know that really it's just because they believe they have power over their children. In most cases, they do. But really, you're supposed to be a mentor and coach for your children, not a overlord and dictator. So we demand. We demand. We demand. Anytime I hear anybody demand anything out of me, I instantly assume they have ill intent. They're a bully. They're a terrorist. They're a jackass. You ain't getting shit from me. If you were to ask nicely, it might be a different story. But these people that play the victim and then demand things of others. Play the victim and then demand. Why would they do that unless they thought they were gaining power from it? Just think about that the next time you bend the knee to these people. They're demanding much of you, are they not? What do you get in return? Nothing. There's no equivalent exchange there. In fact, you may have it in your head that they deserve it, that they have been treated wrongly and therefore. But let me ask you something else. Have you ever known a true victim of a crime? I have. Those people that are victims of crimes don't demand shit. They're too afraid of the world to demand anything. All they want is to get back to normal. They want to get their lives back. They don't demand anything. They want power back. And so they try to get it themselves. At least the ones that are smart enough to realize that the only way they're going to live normal again is to take control of their own life. Others, not so much. It's depends on the crime. It depends on the person. Obviously, if you're a victim of murder, you're not going to be doing that. But assault, rape, watching your family be killed, mass shootings, anything that puts you in a traumatic position where you lose all power, all control over your life. Are you going to turn around and demand something from people? You want justice? You want this person hunted down? Or are you going to want your life back? Because something was taken from you. Now, the ones that demand the most are the ones that least deserve it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. See you then.
How many times are you going to apologize to me? Don't make any more mistakes.